Hello everyone, it's Ashley, the owner of Custom Cash Cosmetics, and today I'm here to do a melt and pour video for you. And welcome back to my channel, and if you can, like, comment, and subscribe. Right now I'm just showing you some tools that I'll be using to get started for this melt and pour project. This will be our turmeric and honey soap with a mango butter melt and pour soap base. So I'm just going to have a few items that you see here. Always wash your hands and make sure you disinfect all of your items before using these. I am using 1 pound of the melt and pour base. I purchased this base from Nature's Garden. It's normally about $6.15, and it comes in 2 pounds. I used the other half for another project that I worked on. One thing about this soap base, it is important that you cut it up and you cut it into small fine pieces. I find that it helps it work better. This one is again a mango butter soap base. If you don't want to get mango butter, they have many different kinds, such as cocoa butter, hemp oil, honey, a translucent color, yogurt, oatmeal, glycerin. They even sell it in bulk, so the option is available for you. So if you wanted to make an oatmeal and honey bar, a Fruit Loops bar, that option is available for you. I chose this specific base because it is no added detergents, no animal testing, and all of the soap bases are gluten-free. And I wanted something that would be very hypoallergenic, especially for those who have sensitive skin, eczema, paralysis, dry skin, or just want to take safety precautions on what they're putting in their body. The whole goal is to just go with something natural. So that was the thinking behind using this melt and pour. I do want to get into soap making. However, I don't want to use the lye and do that on my own. That's a whole nother journey that I don't think I'm ready for at this time. But if you all are interested, again, Nature Gardens do offer 2-pound slabs. It is the cheapest out on the market. I prefer to go to Brambleberry, but for now I just wanted to try this specific brand out, and I do get the same results. So I'm not sure who I'll end up sticking with, but I wanted to make sure I showed this recipe. I am transferring these chunks that I just cut into the double boiler method. The reason why I wanted them to be so small, and they could be smaller, is so that they'll melt quicker during the process of the double boiler method. If you do decide to do this method, please make sure that no water gets inside. You can also use a microwave safe bowl and put them in the microwave. I'm just going to occasionally keep stirring so it doesn't burn, and just so I can get those bigger chunks to melt down. It's very hard doing it with one hand, but you just do it as quickly as you can. I find that it helps it melt better a lot. I'm also adding in a teaspoon of honey. I do 1 teaspoon per 1 pound. I like to do it when it's in the water, close to the end. That way I know it's melted through. And then once I got done with this, I did use my immersion blender just to make sure that it was dissolved properly, but you can also stir it in as well. And my butter is all melted down. It is ready to get prepped for the mold and the turmeric and the added additives. Right now, I'm just making sure I re-sanitize my half a tablespoon, and I'm going to add some organic turmeric to it. I also like to mix the alcohol with the turmeric just so it won't be as chunky when you pour it into the mix. So I'm going to do that and then add my additives. This here, I'm using some sweet almond oil. I'm adding about a teaspoon of sweet almond oil, as well as everything should be at a teaspoon amount. I did add a little more jojoba oil than I did any other oil, so you can do 2 teaspoons of jojoba oil, and then just about 0.5 glycerin. It is glycerin in the base, but I just like to add it. I love the way glycerin works on the skin, especially when water will be in contact with the facial bar. Also, make sure to have all of your supplies, because once your soap do cool, it will harden on you. So I had to hurry up and go use a plastic fork to mix mine, so don't judge it. So this is just an overhead view of me showing you the turmeric incorporated into the hot soap. I like to mix it for 2 to 3 minutes to make sure that it's well incorporated. I do use my immersion blender as well to make sure everything is incorporated evenly throughout the soap. Also, if you were to use this bar for something else, this would be the time for you to add your mica and about 1/2 to a tablespoon of fragrance. To avoid messes, I like to use my pouring cup that I use for soaps only. At this point, I'm going to get ready to pour into my molds. If during the process of whatever happens when you're making your own DIY soap bar, make sure to keep stirring. And if you do see it get too thick on you where you can't have a good pour, go ahead and stick it into the microwave or put it into your water from the double boiler method for it to get looser for you to pour. And I always make sure I spray my molds down with alcohol, just so I know that it's disinfected and it sticks. And you won't have any holes at the bottom. The alcohol will evaporate, so you'll be fine. It won't be at the bottom there. And normal with turmeric soap, most of the turmeric will sink down to the bottom as well, and that is totally okay. From my soap making experience, I noticed about 1 pound of soap make about 4 bars. And you're going to have just enough left over for a sample bar. Any product that I make for my business, I make sure to have a sample for myself so that I can use it and know what I'm making is actually working for my consumers. So I always have a tester, and you'll see here that is what I'll use that is left. I always make sure to also fill my molds to the very top to make sure that they are very full. This soap bar is also unscented. It will really make a good tea tree or patchouli scent. I just choose to leave mine unscented just for sensitive skin purposes. Whenever I'm done pouring my soap, I always make sure to spray the top. And when you do pour, make sure you pour slow. Spraying the top with the alcohol will help eliminate the bubbles. And again, the alcohol will evaporate off. Here is the fresh product right after it has been poured. Let the soap sit for about 3 to 4 hours. And then right before it was time for me to go to bed, I just unmolded them so that I can go ahead and package and put the label on them and get them ready to be shipped out tomorrow. And now I'm going to unmold my little tester. I'm going to use this to self-indulge in some self-care and wash my face tonight and throughout the rest of the week. I do have a dark spot that I'm trying to get rid of, and turmeric soap is very good for hyperpigmentation. It is a powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. It's good for brightening and improving your skin overall. So I'm excited to just get this back into my skin regimen and give my gold milk soap a break. I picked up these bags from my local Hobby Lobby along with the ribbon. If you would like to do that, you can do it, or you can do many different ways, boxes, shrink wrap, whatever you prefer. I just have a lot of these bags left, so that's what I'm going to use. I also use 2.5-inch circles from Avery. You can get these from your local Walmart for $4 to $6, or you can also get them from Office Max, Staples, you name it, they'll have it, and you can print them at home and design them yourself. That's what I did here. Now we're just for fun, we're going to do a lather test just to show you how it lathers and how I use it on my face for cleansing every morning and every night. You don't have to use it every day, but you can. It will have a little tint to the lather, but that is from the turmeric. It will not stain. Here's an update, and thank you all for watching. Please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment any questions. Kisserima, and here's the recipe of everything that I said. Feel free to DM me at Cosmic Ash Cosmetics for questions, or for this recipe handout in a bigger text.